EURUSD finally dropped below this low. We were looking at this and we said that a break to 115 and this low here would trigger a move to the downside. And that made a sense given the tariffs that the US imposed on European goods. Normally, the country that adds tariffs, like the US did now, will usually see their currency gain. Now, that's a typical setup, but we haven't really seen that too much. But now we're finally seeing this kind of reaction, which is sort of standard reaction that they teach you in basic macroeconomics at universities. We also know that the ADP report was stronger than expected, GDP numbers as well, and the head of the central bank in the US is rather hawkish, not necessarily looking to cut rates as President Trump would like to do. And rightly so. We are seeing, record amount of tariffs and money brought in via that. Inflation is on the way up and is likely now with 10, 15% tariffs on most countries that will see inflation in the US. And that is why the dollar is gaining because the Fed is pretty much standing up against Trump. If they didn't, could have been in a situation, for example, as we have against in the Turkish lira. It's very easy to see. Obviously, it will never be exactly like that because there's two different countries. But it's not too difficult to see. This is the daily chart. You can see how it goes straight up. This is most likely the central bank trying to limit the outflows because people want to get out of Turkish lira and into dollars because they're printing money over there. The central bank is not independent. So, what's happening here then from a technical point of view and fundamental? Well, from a fundamental point of view, probably lower. Normally, if you impose 15% tariffs, you might get half of that into the exchange rate. That means maybe 7.5%. So, which would take us down quite a lot, but roughly, about 110, 109.50 or so. So I think that makes sense. And tactically here, then, from where can we be bearish? Well, it might bounce a bit more, but realistically, around these levels. So can push a bit higher, but really shouldn't push much higher. I would say above this level here. So 116.53. If one would turn bearish there, then your risk would be roughly 200 pip. And if we go down to 110 or so, that's a potential reward of 500 pips. We go a little bit lower, then you're looking at 550 pips and a risk reward ratio of 2.93. So in general, I think probably up and then probably lower.